Here's a piece of me to chew on.
Hi, welcome to Peace of Mind. I'm Peter Dolving. Today we're going to talk about meditation and how to get started if you've never done this before. So this is definitely for beginners only, and of course if you've done this before, you're welcome to join or look or listen if you find something that's worth your time. All you really need to do this is kind of like an alarm clock. In this case, I have like a little cell phone I'm going to be using. There's several things to be said in regards of how to sit or lay down and do all these kind of things, but we're going to start just with the basics. We're not going to make this any more complicated than it really needs to be. So get comfortable. That's the first and most important part. Get comfortable. Meditation, yoga, and self-realization is not about sacrifice and pain. It's about shutting up. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do 120 seconds, and I'm going to use this little machine here to help us. We can probably use a regular like alarm clock or something. And this is the first step of yoga. 120 seconds of silence. So how do we do this? Basically, we close our eyes and we breathe. So why are we breathing? What are we looking for? We're just looking for something to hold on to. So you're just going to breathe out, and then you're going to breathe in. You're going to repeat. You breathe out, and you breathe in. Every time you find yourself thinking about something or trailing off, focus on what you're doing. You're breathing, and you're breathing in, or you're breathing out. You're not doing anything else than these two things. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. So here we go. All right, 2 minutes takes a longer time than we usually think. It's kind of cool that way. And sometimes meditation and time has a kind of interesting what it does to us. The one thing that most people have trouble with in doing this is the mind trailing off. So this is kind of the whole point with the breathing. It gives you something to hold on to, like if you're walking down a staircase and there's a rail to hold on to. The breathing works as a rail to hold on to. So that's what the basic technique is all about. The next technique I'm going to be sharing with you today is one called breath of fire. This is one easier to do, preferably sitting up. You can also do it standing. You can do it laying down, but preferably sitting up. We'll get to all the small details when it comes to all this stuff ahead. Further on I'll tell you about that. We'll come back to these meditations, but what I'm doing now, I'm just going to go for the breathing part, which is just the most important. In the eventuality that you have an example, a spinal injury, or have some other obstacle in your life that prevents your mobility, this exercise, fire breath, is something you can actually do even lying down. But we try to do it sitting up. If you do this, you will actually get positive cardiovascular exercise. Isn't that kind of neat? You can actually, sit in a wheelchair and actually get almost the same kind of cardiovascular response from someone who's running. Now, if you do this next meditation and actually imagine yourself running, you will actually get almost the same result as you do from running, which is kind of neat. So, first of all, this is kind of like blowing your nose. So if you have a napkin, or if you're kind of feeling stuffed up, you want to take a napkin and blow your nose. I'm not feeling very stuffed up today, so that's easier. Basically, this one works by blowing air out through your nose. You get a good support from your belly. So basically, you do. And the breathing in comes automatically. We breathe out, and the breathing comes automatically because it's kind of like a spring that pulls the belly out, and you relax. So you will breathe in anyway if you just relax. So here we go. This is very simple. We're going to do the 2 minutes with this one as well. Yes, this is the other one, but this one I'm going to actually take my thumbs and I'm gonna bring them up over my head, like this. I'm just gonna lift them straight up and hold this like that, like straight up when I do this breathing exercise. This is fire breath, and this is something that I taught to a lot of people who've had very expensive cocaine habits. And this is one of those things where you can actually take the edge off a lot of things. If you get very stressed, if you get very nervous, or if you need to focus really, really strongly on something, this is a really, really good exercise for that. So here we go. 120 seconds is this one. Here we go. All right. So, hi again. What does this whole thing do to you? Well, you see I'm kind of woozy after 2 minutes of doing this. What it does is it really brings up the oxygen inside of your body. And doing that, it brings up the dopamine and the serotonin. And basically, you feel more focused, you've become a little bit more relaxed, and you're just a little bit happier from just 2 minutes of breathing. It's very, very, very cool that way. It's so cheap, and it really does what, you know, people have been, I don't know, they do these amazing, weird, crazy stuff that you can just breathe for 2 minutes and you get the same effect. I recommend it. All right. So basically, what we've done today is take a look at 2 fundamental breathing techniques. The first one is just how to breathe, which is about taking control over your breath and learning how to use your breath kind of as a rail for walking down or up a stairs. So when you breathe in or breathe out, that is what you're doing. You're not doing all those other things your brain wants to do. Your brain wants to do all kinds of other stuff, but you want to breathe. So that's what you've practiced, and that's what you're focusing on in that first exercise. Just breathing out and in. The second exercise is called fire breath. Fire breath goes through short bursts of air through your nose, outwards. What this does is oxygenate your body. It brings up your focus, it brings up your general feel-good, it brings up your dopamine, and it brings up your serotonin and your oxytocin. So it just makes you feel a little better, and it's free. So until next episode, like, share, comment, tell your friends, take care of yourself. You're worth it. All right, Alak Baba Sirishan Dirak. Peace.